Hello out there, the Dyson boys. End of another fun-filled week. Bobby, we were talking this morning about Christine Blasey Ford. You got some nice little information about her, don't you?
Okay, first I want to do a correction.
Okay.
Because yesterday I said Mrs. Ford was the victim of the circumstances. Well, it's starting to look like Miss Ford is the circumstances.
And I want to do a correction too, because yesterday I said that she may have been betrayed. Okay, thinking and trying to put it out there that Dianne Feinstein et al. Had betrayed her, but now it looks like Miss Blasey Ford betrayed herself.
Yeah, Miss Blasey Ford is not exactly what she has been trying to portray herself to be. Okay, first off, I'm going to go to this article from the Natural News. It's written by Mike Adams, dated Thursday yesterday, 20th of September. And seems like Miss Ford, Christine Blasey Ford, is in bed with Big Pharma. Concept Therapeutics. Therapeutics. Manufactures and makes an abortion pill drug called mifepristone.
Yeah.
And Christine Blasey Ford is the co-author of at least 8 published scientific papers produced by the pharmaceutical giant to promote this pill. So it looks like Miss Blasey Ford doesn't want anyone on the Supreme Court that might make some adverse decisions about abortion.
Mm-hmm.
So
decisions that would go against her agenda.
Well, not just her agenda, but her pocketbook.
Yeah.
You know how liberals are about their pocketbook.
Mm-hmm. They start messing with the church money.
You start messing with you in the church fund now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take it off the top. So Miss Blasey Ford has an interest in this abortion pill. So if somebody brings up a case against the abortion pill, this company stands to lose, billions
of dollars.
You know. And so after all this, they put into this abortion pill. Mm-hmm. So if the company lose money and you got stake in the company, you're gonna lose money.
Yeah.
So,
you don't see all your research and development money that you put into this. You don't see any return on that.
Yeah. So
that worries you.
So you would not want a conservative Supreme Court that might do something that affects your bottom line. So that's the first thing.
Okay. That's number one.
Okay. And like I say, you can find that on naturalnews.com. And Mike Adams, if you look at it today, it'll probably be on the front page. But Mike Adams was the author of this. But you might want to go check that out. Then we got another story here. On Cult of the First Amendment, blogspot.com. It's going to be Cult of the First Amendment, Court of the First, as in 1ST, blogspot.com. And you will find that Miss Blasey Ford is not Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Okay? She's not some innocent girl minding her own business and all this. And this mean, evil
Brett Kavanaugh
ruined her life.
Yeah.
Okay. Ruined her life. Okay. But come to find out, all the while they were holding on to this leather that she crafted,
Mm-hmm.
They've been trying to scrub her history from the internet. Well, you can't scrub your history from the internet.
Doesn't work.
It ain't like you wrote something in your yearbook, and then
then burn the yearbook.
Then you start having grandkids. Wait a minute, I don't want them to see.
I can't let my grandkids see this. I gotta burn this book.
Yeah, So You all of a sudden, Grandma, where's your yearbook? I don't know what happened.
It got messed up in a flood.
I don't know what happened there. I think the basement flooded back before you were born.
Yeah, way before you were born. Yeah.
So they try to scrub the internet of all Miss Blaisley Ford's past. Now, when she was just Christine Blaisley in school at this girls' school she went to, the high school, I guess this was an all-girls school, excuse me, Christine Blaisley Ford and the drunken, white privileged racist playgirls of Alton Arms. This is an all-girls school. And apparently, you can find this, like I said, a cult of the first, blogspot.com. I'll get my brother to put a link to you, for you, so you can go check this out. But it sounded like drunkenness and promiscuity was, this is how we spent our weekends.
Now you said something. You said two words. This girl, Blaisley Ford, she grew up in a pretty affluent environment. Okay, she went to an all-girls school. Okay, so private school. So, is this white privilege here?
White privilege.
You always hear the left and these socialists talk about white privilege as if the white privilege is only white males.
White males. Yeah.
Okay. So here we have a group of teenage kids living the
rich teenage.
Yes. Living the white privileged life. Okay. You listen to this story. You go and read about the story, and like Bobby said, I'll put a link to this article in the description section of this video. So you got a bunch of kids out of control.
Yeah, bunch of girls,
young girls and
15,
boys,
16 years old.
They're feeling it. Okay, like young boys do when in the teenage years, feeling it. Nobody's watching and looking over these girls. The parents are MIA. The teachers at the school are scared to say anything for fear that they'll lose their jobs. So these girls are running around unsupervised, doing whatever they want to do. So now all of this history that's out there on her is like, man, here's why Dianne Feinstein didn't release this letter to anyone when she first got it. It's like, girl, what were you into when you were in school? My goodness, what are you going to tell your kids and your grandkids about the life you led?
So when Di got this in July, and they looked into the girl's past, they started trying to erase her past from the internet.
Yeah.
And you can't erase your past from the internet.
Oh, my goodness. Now, didn't some guy release the yearbook or something?
Yeah,
what's the story behind that?
He somebody was interviewing him on the internet, and he said when he first heard about the letter, I guess he knew her. Mm-hmm.
This guy knew her.
Yeah, knew her from that time period.
Mm-hmm. And knew what she was all about.
He didn't say that.
Okay.
But he just said he went back and immediately downloaded the yearbook.
Because it raised some red flags.
He knew they were going to, erase it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give his name, but he knew they were going to erase it. So he downloaded the stuff. And this guy put it on the internet. He didn't give his name. It's just his website. And so he puts it all on the internet. And it's pretty interesting reading. So, the Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farms, oh, I don't remember. You probably don't. Because one of the things they used to do was when they had a party with one of the 3 boys' schools that they were partying with, the object of this little group of girls, little spoiled rich brats who ran the school, and that you go to this kegger and you were supposed to drink so much till you passed out. Mm-hmm. So then you didn't remember what happened.
What happened? You don't remember what happened.
You just know you had a good time.
You don't remember who's at the party. You don't remember how you got there. You just wake up.
Obviously, that's the one truth in this. She don't remember. So that's the one truth in this. Right. So it's like, okay, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farms, you are not. Okay, so let's throw that out the window, And it's like I said before, one girl with four boys, three boys at a pool party. Yeah, you know. And I'm like, after reading this, that probably happened.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But it also looks like, and this is kind of tentative, and I guess we'll learn about this Monday, that the year she claims that she thinks she remembers it in,
but she's not for sure.
She's not for sure. He was in Europe with his parents. So he couldn't have been at the party. So all of this is starting to come out. Miss Blasey Ford is a wacko leftist. And her agenda is to keep the Supreme Court from going conservative. She was going to do this same thing to Judge Gorsuch, because he went to the same school that they went to. But he didn't started that school until a year after she graduated. So she couldn't throw it at him. So
he couldn't have been at the party.
No, he couldn't have been at the party because he was still in.
But if she had the opportunity to put him at the party, she would have done that. She would have,
but they couldn't work it.
Yeah, they couldn't work it. Couldn't work that one.
So you know, typical leftists. You know, if we can't, you know, stop you by law, you know, we'll try to stop you by any means necessary.
Any means necessary.
You know.
So now I understand why this delaying tactic is out there. It's because, hey, we got to keep people from finding out about you. You know, what kind of past you led. You know, what's going on with you now with this big pharma company.
Yeah.
You know, we got to do something to conceal that. So you go out there, and this is the left, man. You go out there, you're trying to destroy Brett Kavanaugh, while at the same time, you got stuff in your past that you definitely don't want folks to discover and learn about. So, but you're still beating that drum trying to take Kavanaugh out while you're trying to conceal information about you. It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. You, again, and we say this over and over, you loony leftists, you always put stuff in play. You always set things in motion. And then when it blows up in your face, you don't know what to do except for let's keep driving to destroy. While we go about trying to conceal what it is we're about. So, again, it comes back to this. You level these allegations against Kavanaugh. You think that's going to be enough to get rid of him. But no, everybody's holding the line. The Republican senators on the Judiciary Committee, they're holding the line. You're coming up now, you're so arrogant that you're telling them, I'll come before the committee, but I'll only do so under these terms. Why do you think you have the power and authority to effect some kind of terms in the first place? It's because you're arrogant. So now another attempt to delay. Yeah. Another attempt to stonewall. Another attempt to keep you from having to sit in front of folks asking you questions about yourself. And you know that if you lie, you got a whole nother set of problems.
Yeah, because that's perjury.
It's perjury.
You know, and so you come to the committee, you lie, oh, I'll come, but I can't do it Monday. And when I come, he has to go first, and I don't want to be in the room, him to be in the room, you know, when I give my testimony. So you don't want to face your accuser, which is one of the tenets of our law.
You don't want to face the guy that you are accusing.
You don't want to face Brett Kavanaugh.
You don't have to look in his eye.
You have to stand, look in that guy's face and lie on him, until these fabrications, and you don't know what he's going to do. You are making this. You made the assumption that he would cut and run.
In a lot of cases in life, you do something on your job, and they got the information on you.
Yeah.
You don't know what they have. So how are you going to effectively fight that off when you don't know what they have? You know there's a bunch of stuff out there on you.
Yeah.
What do they have? It's like, again, when we were talking about Adam Schiff, when he was talking about Trump, his declassifying documents was an abuse of power. Why are you saying that, Adam? Is your name going to show up somewhere? Okay? And so Adam knows, is like, my name might show up in this. Instead of getting somewhere and shutting up, they get out there and they keep running their mouths. And here we have not Christine Blasey Ford directly out there running her mouth. Her mouthpiece is doing it for her.
You know,
her
they're
lawyer.
out there beating that drum.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
believe her, I believe her,
Yeah.
I believe her. And, you know, and why are they rushing to, you know, to hurry up and confirm those? You know, we need to slow the process down. Well, you could have turned this in when you first got it. But you know why you didn't turn it in when you first got it? Because of this stuff right here. You knew this was going to come out.
And another thing, too. You move the camera. So be careful on that. Another thing, too, is with all of this stuff about her out there in the public domain, you put it on the internet, it's in the public domain.
Yeah. These girls were so arrogant, they had this stuff that in their yearbook. First, they had it put in the yearbook because the faculty, the school couldn't do nothing for it because all these girls' rich parents was paying for the school. So they got to do what they want. They put this junk in the yearbook, not thinking when you're 16, 17 years old that tomorrow is coming. You living in the moment at that age.
There's an episode on the Beverly Hillbillies. If you guys don't watch the Beverly Hillbillies, you gotta watch this, man. Some real life stuff. Jethro's going to this private school. Miss Melissa Potts, her school. Jethro, of course, you know how Jethro is. The boy, he's about as bright as a 25-watt light bulb, right? So,
And a brown out.
Miss Melissa Potts, she's fed up with Jethro. And so she brings Jethro back to the house, and she tells Granny and Jed, I'm through with Jethro. You know, he's a disruptive force in the school, right? So Jethro's effectively kicked out of school. Now, she doesn't know, Melissa Potts doesn't know that the Clampets know Mr. Drysdale, who holds the mortgage on her school. Right?
Yeah.
So when she finds that out, she comes back with her hat in her hand, right? And she's hauling Jethro back off to school again. Okay?
Yeah.
So, again, you lefties, you do stuff without knowing what's out there on you.
Yeah.
So, and look at how stupid this is, Bobby. How stupid this is. Girl, you know the stuff is out there. You put it out there.
You put it out there.
So now you trying to do this delaying tactic thing. I would be saying to myself, you know what? I need to back up off this. Because the longer I stay out here in the spotlight, man,
The more I'm getting exposed.
the more I'm getting exposed.
And this, it's just been a week.
Yeah.
It's just been a week. And then like we've been at this for 3 months.
Thank you.
It's just been a week.
So, and the stuff that we're finding out
Yeah.
did not require an FBI investigation.
Thank you.
Okay? So, now, you're going to proceed, you're going to keep driving down that road because you feel like, man, I got a full tank of gas. I got my picnic basket in the back seat so I can pull over and get something to eat. Man, I ain't got no worries. So I'm going to keep driving this car knowing that I got potholes out there in front of me that I can't dodge.
And eventually I'm going to get on the road and the bridge is up. And you see the bridge outside, you say, you know?
You're
driving around the barrier.
I got an amphibious assault vehicle. I can drive across the river. Okay? So nothing can stop me. It's like, are you out of your mind? The answer to that question is yes.
Yep.
It's like, you should be trying to run and hide knowing that, hey, the lifestyle that you led back when you were a teenager, it's going to put everything you said about Kavanaugh in question.
This is why,
Stupid.
you know, when I was young, there's some things you just go do by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want nobody.
You don't want nobody, yeah.
You know, because she ain't going to tell and you ain't going to tell.
Right.
You know, it's going to be your secret. Only people going to know about this. You and me a guy. Okay.
So you put the stuff out there, Blasey Ford, Now you're trying to scrub everything off the internet. It's too late for that. Too late. You have an individual that went, when he heard your name and what you were trying to do, and accusing Kavanaugh of all this stuff. This guy, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get the yearbook.
And then he found out, oh, you was running with that group.
Yeah.
Y'all was out of hand. You girls were out of hand.
Out of hand.
And nobody was checking them.
And not to give the story away, because I want people to go look at it. Oh, you driving around picking up dudes.
Yeah.
That you don't even know.
Yeah, when there's no kegger that weekend.
Yeah.
Because you're bored out of your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Now,
some of the stuff they were doing.
Your family, if they didn't know this stuff, Blasey Ford, they're going to know it now.
Yeah.
Okay? They're going to know it now. It's like, you were a hoe when you were a girl. It's like, what's up with that? It's like, because of the fact you live this white privileged life.
You lived in
the white privileged life that you leftists are always on about. The white male, the white privilege. You're living that life yourself. Look at what it's done to you. Look at what it's gotten you. I was thinking this morning, and I was reading the story on SarahACarter.com about how these democratic socialists, these communists, are inside, like the DOJ State Department, doing things to slow down Trump's agenda, right? Slow down his policies. And I'm watching the video. You can go to SarahACarter.com. I'll put that link down there also. I was watching a video. Project Veritas has gone out and they're talking to these folks. They're doing this. Yapping, yap, about what they're doing. Why are they doing this? Why do they feel comfortable doing this? Because they think they're revolutionaries.
Yeah.
They're
untouchable.
Yeah, they think they're freedom fighters. And one of the girls says, hey, I'm a federal employee. I can't be fired. Yeah, but you can go to jail. And that's worse than being fired.
Fired.
I would take the firing over going to jail. Okay? I would go to them. Now, all this has been turned over to the IG.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I would go to them. It's like, resign or be prosecuted. Those are your choices. And turn around and walk off. You think about that. Resign or be prosecuted.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't want to get prosecuted, because if you get prosecuted and then you get convicted, that's a federal crime. We're talking federal crime here.
Yep.
Now you're a felon. Okay? So keep doing this. Keep doing this, because
they're so arrogant.
Yeah.
Especially the Wicks in the State Department.
Yeah.
Because, the State Department has been left to stick since God forever.
Every last person that Project Veritas talked to, young, white, female, you're coming up out of these colleges, you're being told that you're freedom fighters, and you're going into getting employed at these government agencies, and you're bringing all that stuff that the professors taught you into your personal and your career life. You think you're doing something noble. You think you're like Robin Hood and his merry band of men, robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. So that's who you believe you are. You're doing this for the betterment and the welfare of the people. No, you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah, you're doing it for yourself.
Okay, you're doing it for yourself. You could care less about
what
the
people's concerns are.
Yeah, you care less. That's why you're yapping. Yeah. See, yeah, and the guy on the video, he's talking to him, and he's setting them up.
Yeah,
man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
you mean you guys did that?
Yeah,
yeah. Oh man, that's great. And keep them talking.
Keep them talking and pumping up their fragile egos.
Yeah,
and make them feel like, hey guys, you are really holding the line against Trump, because he's evil.
Yeah,
we got to stop this guy.
Yeah.
And and they're all arrogant. They're all why they claiming white privilege is the bane of American society. All of them are rich white kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every last one of them.
Yeah, living the life of the white privilege.
So they don't have any, anything. It's the same thing I said about Obama, and when talking to people, they say, well, Obama is for black people. Obama did not have any connection with black people in this nation. Why? How am I saying that? Most black people in this nation have connections with the South. I know I can go back, on my grandfather's side, all the way back to slave. My great-great-grandfather was a slave. And my grandfather told me the stories that he told him. So we have a connection, just like if you're an immigrant in the late 1800s.
And and your folks came from Italy.
Yeah, you probably grew up listening to stories about the old country. So you have that connection. Obama did not grow up in America around and had people who had a connection to him. His father's people were from Africa.
Right.
They had, he didn't sit around listening to old slave stories or, anything under Jim Crow. He has no connection with black people in America, which is why he did nothing for you, because he had no connection to that. His connection was to communism and Islam, period. And that's why he did the things he did. And it's, when you're talking about that, I'm thinking that, these leftists, they're so arrogant. They're so full of themselves, and narcissistic. So when you stroke their egos just a little bit, they start yapping, And one of the guys has already been demoted. They've already taken him out of his position on the job. What's going to happen to the boy? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
again,
you ain't going to hear from him no more.
Again, resign or be prosecuted.
Yeah.
You think we can't get rid of you? Resign or be prosecuted. Because what they're doing is you're feeding information. There's this one girl named is Janet Schuber, I believe it is. Let me find it real quick. There's the guy you're talking about right there.
Yeah, he's got
demoted.
Yeah, he's already got kicked out of his job.
But I believe her name is Janet Schuber. She used to work in a federal agency. Now she works for this leftist. She's a senior director or some crap. They always give them these elitist titles. And she still has connections to people in the federal agency. And they're feeding her information. Okay? It's like, wait a minute. You're taking confidential information and feeding it to a private citizen. Resign or be prosecuted. Those are your choices. And no, there is no severance package connected to this. Again, these leftist professors, these liberal professors in these universities are messing the kids up. And these kids are coming out into society with all of these crazy and wild ideas that they're going to implement in their lives. One of the young ladies that got caught on camera, she uses the DOJ's LexisNexis to gather information on folks. You're using government resources for your own personal interests.
Yep.
So they were after this one guy. And they ran his license plate and all this stuff so they could find out where he lived, so they could go and protest in front of his house. And she used LexisNexis for that. The government, the DOJ's LexisNexis account.
That's a federal offense.
Okay, there you go, a federal offense right there.
That's a federal offense.
So again, you know what, young lady, we're gonna make this very easy for you, very easy. Because you have this arrogant attitude that you can't be fired because you're a federal employee. Well, we're going to make it very, very easy for you. It's decision time. Resign or be prosecuted. Your choice. Your choice. Me, myself, if I were in a situation like that, resign or be prosecuted, man, where's my resignation letter? Let me read over it, make sure there ain't nothing crazy in it.
Well, see, you're sensible. These people don't have sense.
No.
This dude gets demoted, and he hasn't sat and said, maybe I shouldn't have done that. He's sitting somewhere now trying to figure out, are the cavalry going to come in and save me? No. The cavalry there is no more cavalry. None of the stuff, the apparatus that was there before
that protected you.
All those people are gone. If they're not fired, they're cooperating with Huber and those
because
guys.
they're looking over their shoulder.
Yeah, they look for Huber and those. So everybody giving everybody up. Notice who, like I say, you don't hear from Susan Rice. You don't hear from
Loretta Lynch.
Loretta Lynch. You don't hear from her. Comey shut up. Only person out there running his mouth is Brennan. And he's gonna be in his jail cell still running his
mouth.
Because he's just that.
He'll be the one with the tin cup.
Yeah.
Back and forth on his bar.
Filthy screws.
You filthy screws.
He's gonna be running this. He'll be running his mouth when they put the noose around his neck. So it's just crazy that these people think that they still think they're in charge.
Yeah.
They still think, hey,
and immune.
We're gonna get over this. So even overseas, there's some stuff that I was gonna put it together today, but we want to talk about this thing. Hopefully, on Monday, if no more really, urgent stuff come out, and with the left, you never know.
You never know.
You never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
That's a long time not to be stupid. For the left,
yeah.
48 hours is a long time not to be stupid. So it has to do with Huber and Sessions, the IGs over, these inspectors generals, these guys are wielding a lot of power, and they're in these agencies weeding these people out, The deep state isn't Hillary Clinton and all these people that are highlighted you want to see go to jail. It's these people right here. It's these people that need weeding out.
The lower echelon folks.
Yeah. State Department is thick with that crap.
Yeah.
The lower echelon. So slowly, there are over 50,000 sealed indictments. There's never been that many. If you go back 10 years, you're not going to get 50,000 sealed indictments in 1 year. They are cleaning this mess up.
And these folks in this video, this Project Veritas video, go read this stuff. Go look this stuff up. These folks, again, they're arrogant. Because they've been led to believe that, hey, man, you're Teflon. Okay? They can't fire you.
They can't touch you.
They can't touch you. So you can go in and you can do all this stuff. But they can't fire you. Again, me, I'm not a lawyer. I've never practiced law. But I know stuff that will get people's attentions, resign, or be prosecuted. Okay? That will get everyone's attention.
Or resign and help us out.
Yeah.
Or you'll be prosecuted.
Yeah.
If you don't help us out,
yeah,
we will prosecute you anyway. So you have no more power. And a lot of these people, like say, you aren't hearing their names, but don't think they're silent. Baker, which I want to get into.
James
Baker is singing like a bird. He's diming out Comey. That's why Comey shut up. Because there's an indictment somewhere with your name on it. Because of what we know. When they start, unsealing these documents, unsealing these emails and text messages, we're going to find out a whole bunch of things. That these people are so corrupt, it's not funny.
Yes. No,
and we're doing it with impunity because the witch was going to win. Yep. The witch was going to be president right now, and none of this stuff is going to come out.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's it for today. Again, I'll put links to both articles in the description section underneath this video, so you can go take a look at this stuff yourself. It's interesting and amazing stuff when you see all of these things come to light, and what people on the left are willing to do. Yeah. Because they think that, like Bobby said, they think they can do this stuff with impunity. Because that's the way it's always been for them.
Yeah.
They've never gotten any pushback. they've always been able to do whatever they wanted to do and destroy whomever they wanted to destroy without consequence. Now it's a brand new day. So, hey, these young folks working in the State Department and the DOJ, okay, there's going to be a reckoning in your young life.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Okay, but there's going to be a reckoning. All right, here's the smash. Give us a like. Give us a don't like. Either way, you know, that's okay. Haven't subscribed, you've been watching, but you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And hit that bell out there also so that you'll be notified anytime we put up a video. And we do this 5 days out of the week. And the left just keeps feeding stuff to us all day, every day. When we get off the video, we keep our ear to the ground because we know they don't stop.
They don't stop.
They have a 24/7 machine out there. And they're running 3 shifts.
Yeah.
Just like they did when Dad worked with GM, running 3 shifts,
second,
man.
and third.
First, second, and
Place never
third.
shuts down.
Yep. So never stops with these guys. Just never stops. So it's so much that we'll look at what's going on. It's like, hey, let's talk about this. And then something else will happen that it's like, well, let's talk about this now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's so much stuff coming out all the time from that lunatic left and that lying mainstream media. It is absolutely amazing. All right, the weekend is up on us. It's raining here, so we got some inclement weather. I bet it's raining because of climate change. What do you think?
Yeah, that's funny because the climate wasn't like this a couple of hours ago. So it changed.
It changed. Yeah, when I got up this morning, it wasn't raining. So the climate changed. Yeah. All right. So you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.
All right. See you.